Hey guys, welcome to Title Time. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Keith Hart and I'm here with
Viviana, Vivian, or Viv.
Thanks for joining us. We're here to talk about fencing.
Ooh.
Now that's a sport I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I know it has the little flexible dealios and the little suit dealio.
Mm-hmm. It's foil. Or there is three levels. So it's foil, saber, and epee. So the one that I do, it's foil.
Okay.
So that was more of a target of just your body and your back. And then epee is everywhere. You can do your foot, arm, or anywhere. Also head. Usually I do avoid it. And then saber, dang it, I forgot which one it was. My coach will kill me if he knows, if he hears this.
Not bad, but you said you mainly focus on foil, right?
Yes.
Is that spelled like aluminum? I'm sure it's it's not out of a box, right? You don't.
No, it is spelled like the foil, like FOIL. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they're really bendy.
Yes. They're also called foil, which I think it is called foil, the swords. Yeah, but usually they're at the beginning of the blade, like the bottom is super hard and then towards the front it's super flexible bendy. Like you can
Interesting.
You can even kind of like throw like attack and hit them in the back cuz it flexes that good.
That's what you mean by the back. Literally, you're still in front and it bends around.
It could. If you do it at a certain way.
Mm-hmm. See, I guess when you think of sword fighting traditionally, I think of like pirates and they've got their sword doesn't flex. They just like whack, right? Or a knight on horseback with a big sword. They just whack each other. But that flexy, that's like tricky.
Yeah, it is, but it's fun because you can actually, like I told you, like you can do the whole bending and everything. And sometimes you're like, wait, how the heck did he get me?
Do you feel it?
There is sometimes that I do feel it, but since during practice, we don't wear this, I forgot what it was called, the gear where it beeps.
Oh yeah.
So yes, like there's sometimes that we have like wires hooked up on us, and then there's a red and green for each side, and so if one point hits, it'll like light up. So it has to be in target to light up.
See, I've seen that before, like in like in Olympics and stuff, right? And they have the little. So that's like so again, I'm not super familiar with fencing, but here's another sports analogy for you on Title Time, right?
Yeah.
Like for football, you set up the field, right? For soccer or for water polo, you set up the pool. So for fencing, then for a match, you do the setup with the whole boards and everything. But for practice, not necessarily.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do it for a few times just to get a hang of it, just to know, because we still haven't gone into tournaments yet. Ooh, I know, I really do want to. But we haven't done that yet. So that's why we get like a feel, like put your foot in the water kind of feel.
That makes sense.
And it's super cool because you get to feel like, even though we don't have the exact size of it, you still get like an idea of what you're going into a tournament.
I know when I've watched, it's a lot of back and forth, but so is like lateral, can you go?
No.
Okay.
You can't go lateral. It's just back and forth because you've seen it on the Olympics, how it's just, how there's just a certain strip. So you can't go on the side. It's just
okay. That's just like the field right there.
Yeah,
you're done.
That's your field.
Okay.
And then even there's a line where it's like kind of like a warning line, and then there's a solid line where if you pass that, you're out.
And you forfeit.
Yeah.
Is it so for just a fencing match? Let's say you and me right now. I challenge you to a fencing duel, right, or a fencing match. Is it a number of points? Is it always everyone always is like first touch or whatever? I don't know
So first touch is just whoever touches first. There is 3 points where whoever gets 3 points, 5, 10, and 15. You can go. Wow. You can go up to I think 20 or 25, if I'm correct. I don't remember.
25 touches.
Yeah.
Then. And so, like potentially, then we could each have 24, and it would be match point, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like a million years. That's like a marathon.
It's I remember when we do 15, I would be tired by 10. I'm like, okay, can we stop? They're like, no, you gotta keep on going. I'm like, oh my God.
That's okay. See, that's another thing I didn't think of. In swimming you swim laps, or in track you run laps or whatever, right? In football you run the field.
Yes.
Do you guys do that same? What kind of workout? What kind of physical activity do you guys do to get in shape and get ready?
The way that I would do it, or the way that we do workout, you have to be in the squatting position. because you're the way that you're standing, it's like an L shape. So your right foot, whichever, if your dominant hand, either right or left, mine is left. So my left hand, so my body will be more positioned towards like an L shape. So my left foot would be pointing forward, and my right foot would be pointing to the side at a 90 degree. But that's when you bend your knees at a 90 degree and just have that position there. And it's, your thighs are dying. Even
I'd
just
imagine, yeah.
And so what we do is we'll like walk forward, but you can't do it like in a walking form. It's more of a, first is your front foot, and then your back foot.
Oh, almost like a caterpillar or an inchworm, huh? Interesting.
But
that seems like really intense on your thighs and your core,
yes, they do have nice butts. You do get a nice butt at one point.
That makes sense.
It does. And so with that, you always, sword moves first, always. Yes. Because if you move your foot, it counts as a movement. So they'll count it as, because they also have right of way. So if we're going against each other and we went at the same time, but if, say, I put my foot forward first, but my blade didn't move, I lose the right of way, kind of, because you had to move your sword first to get the right of way.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's pretend, we set up this match. I don't want to do 25. That seems like forever. Let's say we just did 5 touches, okay? And we're set up in this crazy position that I'm trying to imagine myself being able to hold. And what is the back and forth? Like in football, it's like, oh, you made it first down, right? Oh, you threw a long bomb. It's a running play. There's different things. And I'm sure in fencing too, there's like different strategies,
There is.
How does a match go? What would happen?
So runs at the beginning, we both would set up at our distance. Usually, I forgot how long is the distance, but it's kind of within blades touching, not like tips, the tip touching.
Oh, so tip to tip.
Yeah, but not extended all the way out. It'll be more of a folded, because you have to have your hand more of like this.
Interesting.
Yes. And so we'll get a ready position. Coach would tell us, or the ref would be like, ready, tell us each. And we'll say either we, as in yes in French, or yes, or yell ready. And if both players yell ready, coach says en garde, and then fence. And so that's when you start fencing.
Okay.
So either you can defense to retreat back, or you can go forward. So it's just that pretty much. But more, it is a lot of leg movements, but it's also hand movements. So there is a lot of like, you can do, it'll be like out of line where like you want to go here, but then you see the other person coming and then you get out of line. And so you can still hit them on the side.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's more of just, it's not like say like, oh, it's the first quarter run or whatever. It's not like that. It's just whoever touches first goes there. There is.
So it's potentially quick, right? Like you're saying, because I've seen the thing, like I mentioned, it's not wide, like you're saying, and it's not long either. It's not like you can retreat for a mile.
Yeah.
So you only have this limited window, and whoever just that touch, and then we reset.
Yeah. They'll say point, or whatever side it is. There is moments where if it's out of how do you call it? Out of line. Like say if you did hit my thigh, because in foil it's the thigh doesn't count. So they'll be like what was it? They'll say out, I believe. Not I forgot what word they said. It's been a while since I played.
Yeah. So if I hit your thigh, so in foil, only the chest and back. So the thigh wouldn't count as a point. No. They'd say out. Do I have to then
reset? We'll reset right where you did hit me. Like say it was more towards your side. We'll reset right there, and then we'll start the game again. Right there.
Interesting. So it's like, but right where we were. So if you were backing me into a corner and I do that, I get like a little quick pause, but it's not like I get reset to the middle. Interesting.
You reset in the middle until you get a point. Or, pretty much until you get a point, or if you're out of line, pretty much. Yes.
So how long, like a 5-point match against, guys who are not like someone's just beating up another guy crazy, right? Like, but against opponents that are pretty equally skilled. How long would a 5-point match take about? Just a rough estimate. Like a half hour or an hour?
No, not too long. They're short.
15 minutes?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah,
Dang.
I done it in 5. Yeah, against one of my friends.
That's a point a minute.
Yeah,
you're like, bam, bam, bam. I said when you're not beating them up.
Oh, sorry.
Not bad. That's cool.
Yeah.
What a quick, like.
Yes.
The
motions and everything.
Yeah, the lightning decisions, the speed of it seems almost, I guess like other competitive sports, right? Like even shot put and discus, I guess, are quick because you spin and release. But most other competitive sports, even like ping pong takes longer than that, right? For a match. Most competitive sports take a while. You're saying just boom and it's like, whoa. Like
it's lightning fast. It's crazy. I saw recently, I forgot where, because in matches like at regular tournaments without the whole gear and stuff, they still have refs at each corner just to see like, oh, maybe they hit them under the armpit or maybe they hit them like, because it is the chest, but it's up to your like neck.
Okay.
Because I have gotten people right at the neck and they're like, are you trying to kill me? I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But if they hit your head, it's also out.
Okay.
But I have seen that they're trying to have on the tips of the swords, like kind of a light to see the movements, to see what kind of movements they do.
Oh.
Because you can do parry, which is like defending yourself and sending the sword to like out of line. Or you can also parlay, which is going the other way. Or you can even go like from a down angle up. There's so many names for it. I do have a list.
See, that's kind of interesting.
Yes.
So parry and parlay are both knocking their sword
to the side,
out of line, to the side, right?
Yes.
But it's just a different.
Because there is like lunges. I also do that a lot. My God, there's one called exploding lunge where you just kind of throw yourself and you go like a few feet forward.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
So then you're covering that distance quick.
Yes. Huh? And so there's different names for it. There's so many names for it. But also like line of action where it's like, it's pretty much divided in 4. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll go either like, have you seen the Pisces sign of like how it curves like that?
Yeah.
I know that's a reference they gave us. There's one where you go from 1 to, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually, oh my God, I forgot. But it's like
1, 3, 4, 2 or something, or what?
It'll be line of 4. It's 4, 8, and 6, I believe. It's so there's. I know I have a list somewhere. I don't know.
But so there is stuff like that you're looking at and memorizing, huh? Because I know like in baseball and in football and stuff, the coach is like, "Oh, run this play," right? Or the baseball players have the little list on their arm the pitcher looks at, right? So there is stuff like that, huh? Like, do you practice? Do people have different styles that they try to do? Like,
there's some people I remember in certain matches where they run up to you. They just completely run up to you. Oh
man, they're just trying to overwhelm you right away, huh? Interesting.
And there's some people who retrieve or who go back, who like
right away.
Be like, hey, come here. You come. Like, I don't want to go that way. You come here.
Interesting.
Or there's even foot line, like in line foot, where you put one foot like in, like make a little smaller step in between to get closer to the opponent.
Crazy. How interesting.
It is.
Man, kind of cool. It's almost like that's the closest thing we have almost to like old school dueling these days, huh? Like one-on-one, blade to blade.
Yeah.
This time, you watch the action movies and stuff, and there's the young scrappy kid who's like, I'm going to use this stick as a sword. And the old master's like, I'm going to teach you the ways. And they make him wax the car and stuff. But then at the end, they have crazy skills and everything works out for them.
Yes.
So do you feel like as you're training, because it's just that quick little 5-minute bit of exertion, but like through practice and through training, I'm sure your skills are improving, right?
Yes, actually. I remember, I think I started in 2021, I believe. Wow. I don't remember it because it was right after my cancer journey. So I was in recovery. And I remember I didn't have so much muscle mass and I needed to get more flexible, more like I needed to regain my muscles. And I was searching everywhere saying, like, what can I do to like make my body like more stronger? And so for fencing, it uses your whole body. And so with that, I I was able to like get into that. And I remember through those years, or like it wasn't even that years, it was like through those sessions, I really did do like a quick, like, I was able to make my skills more stronger and everything. And then footwork was the main basis where I needed so much to do.
That's cool. Man, what an awesome story. It's been so wonderful talking to you.
Thanks.
This is Keith Hart with Title Time. Vivian, you're awesome to have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any last thoughts you want to leave us with before we check out?
Try fencing because that's really fun and you get to stab someone.
Sounds like a good endorsement to me. Again, this is Title Time. Have a good one, guys.